Howdy there, y'all. Yamasaki here. Welcome back to the channel. And today, I'm going to be showing you a carburetor from 92 years ago. So stay tuned. Now before I go on and mumbo-jumbo about this 92 piece of iron behind me, I want to tell you a little bit about the backstory about the car that this carburetor is off of. Now this carburetor is off of a 1930 Oakland that my dad has gotten, and it's been in our family for quite a while. But the story goes is my grandpa bought it off of a ranch hand on our family ranch long time ago. And he took it in to get engine work done, but he sadly passed away. And so my dad got the car, and it's just been sitting outside ever since, just in a pile of pieces. And eventually I do want to get that car going. And I've done a whole bunch of research, as much research as I can find on these old Oakland Pontiac cars. And I can't seem to find anything. So I thought of the idea. I'm going to try and learn as much about these Oaklands and the cars and the ingenuity put into them for everybody out there who needs the knowledge for restoring their Oakland. It's going to take me some time to do, but I think I'll be able to sift through these cars one day pretty good. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this old thing. Now basically, the only thing I've done to this is clean it up. I just took all the parts off and pretty much just soaked it in Evapo-Rust. And that got a lot of the crap off. There's still some places where there's rust, major rust, and things of that nature, but it's a 92-year-old thing that's been sitting out in the weather for many years. And mind you, these old cars are cloth tops. So when that thing goes, there's nothing to keep the weather out except a tarp. And it sat outside without a tarp or anything on it for years, so everything's rusted to crap. But I think I kind of know how this thing works. I took it, like I said, I took it all apart and just cleaned it and kind of saw how this thing goes together. Well, this is like my favorite part. The top here. It just looks so cool and so unique. It's the air filter. Basically it's just pressed tin, and then there's just a little bit of, I think, wire wool spun around in there, and that's your air filter pretty much. And it goes down into this tube, and if I remember correctly, actually I don't wait, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure this out. But it goes down here, and right here, if you see, that is your throttle, I believe, because it's got a spring on it, and so it comes back every time. And there's a big plate in there that goes and moves like that. But it's weird because it's also got another one going vertical to it, like kind of like a sphere in a way. But that is your throttle. I am not sure what this does, but in here is your float and your needle, and my float is pretty much screwed. It is, I believe it's rusted straight through. I'm not sure what material they used, but it's very rusted, and the only way to get it out, the float and the needle, is if I take this screw out. But if you can see that, it's pretty stripped, and I don't know if it's stuck, and if I break it, then I can't get the float out. It still has the gasket here and the gasket here. I'll eventually make new ones, but no need to. This thing's just gonna sit on the shelf for a while until I get around to that car. But it goes in here, in your float, travels all the way up. Here is where the intake is. This is where you would attach it to your manifold on top. So it would be pretty much just like this on the car. You know, your airbox is pointing out in front of the car. And then, yeah. It's kind of a very interesting design. But the one thing that I can't understand is if you look down there, this whole thing right here is supposed to move. Because you see that joint there, that lever? Well, that goes all the way back in through here. And somehow, see, this unscrews, but it's also attached to something. And it can't come out. But I think it's attached to that rod, so I'm not sure what that does unless that is some sort of adjustment for something. And then I'm not so sure what this does, but at one point this thing had to have come out manually. But it's kind of like an adjustment of some sort because you got this retainer here to prevent this from turning back. I'm learning this stuff along with you guys. I have never seen a carburetor like this in my life. I mean, even the 8N carburetor, the 1949 8N, its carburetor's made of cast iron just like this, but it's maybe the size of this piece right here, which, that's just crazy, the time and technology that they had back then. This, I'm not sure what it does. I think it's a valve of some sort. So if I take this out here, you can kind of see there, it's got kind of a needle or something way thinner at the tip. So I'm not so sure how this thing works, but I kind of get the basic concept, you know. And then I think, yep, right there, I believe is where you would plug your gas into, your fuel line into, down through towards the back of the car where your fuel tank is. But these, I have no idea what these do. I have no idea at all. But it looks like they come off, but I have not attempted to take these off yet. They might be adjustments. I'm not so sure. But it's just a very interesting piece of engineering, I think, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And, yeah, sort of show you how this thing works, kind of. But, man, that's pretty cool. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for this video. I just wanted to show you guys this really cool carburetor off of a 1930 Oakland. And it's just a very unique piece, but it's kind of very simple in a lot of sense. But well, guys, that's going to be it for this video. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more content. And Yamasaki out. See y'all later.